despite Jordan Love if he does not play well, because you can always find somebody else who could elevate a good team.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I mean,
no, you cannot. Provide me an example where you just find a quarterback other than Tom Brady that comes to a team and makes you win a Super Bowl.
Okay, so you look at the Baltimore Ravens, right? The Baltimore Ravens didn't have a very good quarterback, and then they got Trent Dilfer, and it was the defense, and then they got Joe Flacco, and then the Steelers had a great defense. Maddox wasn't good, and what did they do? They got Ben Roethlisberger. What did Ben Roethlisberger do? I'm just saying that sometimes
We're living in 2023.
What?
Well, I would say that Brock Purdy was a guy that no one expected. And hey, we'll just draft a guy and put him in the system.
There
and he's done really well. Jalen Hurts was another good one.
The San Francisco 49ers didn't expect Brock Purdy to be what he was. Otherwise, he would have been the starter.
Right, but a lot of people around
they re-signed Jimmy G, who they tried to move on from. Right. And Brock Purdy ended up becoming the guy, not because they wanted him to. It's not as easy as. And here's the thing. The Packers are not close. I hate the comparisons.
No, they're not close.
I hate the comparisons to the 49ers. They have a bona fide, reliable stud, when healthy, in Christian McCaffrey. They have a tight end who's willing to block and he can catch when they need him to, but they don't need him to. They have Brandon Ayuk, who's proven. They have Deebo Samuel when healthy, who's ridiculous. They have the best left tackle in football, which the Packers no longer have a guy like that. They have so many stud pieces.
They sucked 6 years ago. They had Chip Kelly running that offense a couple years ago. I'm just
what
saying,
does that have to do with anything?
What it has to do is you have to start somewhere and build up to something. And so what I'm saying is this may be the start of something. And we asked the question, would you rather have would you rather have the team play well or Jordan Love play well come
against
this Sunday?
The Broncos? I want to see Jordan Love play damn well. I don't care what the freaking team does against a 1-5 squad.
But I will say, if the team plays really bad, a team in total against a 1-5 squad, that means we're really far away.
But that's good. You at least have some direction. You at least have direction. You know what you have isn't good enough. You know your general manager hasn't put around the pieces to create a good team with the head coach.
What would you rather do? Replace a full team or replace a quarterback?
Replace the whole team. Right. There's a new president coming in. If Goody's not the guy, then Goody's not the guy. He traded away Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. That would be good enough evidence for me to start the whole thing over.
I mean, I ain't got nothing. I mean, what can I? If you gonna replace the whole, you gonna replace the whole team.
It's because of his resume. It's because he traded away Devontae and Aaron. No matter how he got there, that's what's on his resume. Trading away 2 future Hall of Famers and ending up with a crap team.
I've just seen so many good teams believe they're one quarterback away that I'd rather be one quarterback away and think I have a chance.
That's hell. That is the definition of NFL hell.
No,
being one quarterback away.
I mean, it sucks. It definitely sucks. But I'd rather still be in a conversation of competing and saying, boy, oh boy, if we just had a little better quarterback, we may be able to get over that hump. That's what I'm
telling you. That is. You may say that out loud, but you do not want to live that. You do not want to live that.
What's the difference between losing with a great quarterback and a Hall of Famer and losing in the playoffs? We're talking about in the playoffs with a team with no quarterback.
Because you're not guaranteed. You were guaranteed to make the playoffs and win 10 wins with the Hall of Fame quarterback. You're not guaranteed to make the playoffs with a one quarterback away.
The Seattle Seahawks don't win Super Bowls without Russell Wilson at quarterback. Matt Hasselbeck wasn't getting them there after he did that one time. And you know what? Matt Flynn for dang sure wasn't getting them there, and that's the guy that's who they brought in to really be the starter.
But that's my point. They didn't have a guy, and so they're not.
But they had the pieces already built. If they find that quarterback to come in, that quarterback could get them over the hump. I want to be a team that just needs to get a quarterback away from being over the hump. That means you're good. You're not a whole roster away. It's hard to build a good roster around a quarterback. It is, and I listen. I see it. I saw it for 30-some-odd years, and we weren't able to do it. I had to watch a terrible defense year after year, year after year, year after year, year after year. I had to watch all these running backs from Sam Congato to Najee Davenport to all these trash players around these great quarterbacks. It is not easy to build a great team around a great quarterback because if it was, then there'll be a lot of Tom Brady's, but unfortunately, there's only one Brady.
And you know what's hard about the Packers right now? I don't know about either one. I feel like sometimes with the quarterback it's good, sometimes it's bad. The whole rest of the roster is the same thing. It's like I don't even know what camp they're trying to be in. I feel like they're trying to spark both of them at the same time, but I think they're equally uncertain, which makes it really hard to move forward.
I got good news. We got internet back.
Hey!
800-990-3776. Would you rather have your whole team put together and be one quarterback away or know who your quarterback is? Because I'm taking knowing who my quarterback is all day long and 80 million times on Sunday. 800-990-3776. Brad, tell us about our great friends over there.
Well, our great friends at QC Kinetics, they are going to help you get rid of that joint pain that you're experiencing in your knees, your back, your shoulders, your joints, everywhere around your body. If you think that the only going to the doctor and figuring out if there's going to be surgery or drugs or steroids, that's not your only option. And for those of you who are active out there, like me, I went out, I'm going to be seeing my leaves fall in the yard. I'm going to be raking leaves all weekend, this weekend and next week. I can't be dealing with any kind of pain in my joints. I need to be able to be out there, be productive, be active. That's what QC Kinetics is doing. They're giving people their life back. They use advanced regenerative medicine to take the healing properties that are already in your body. They're already in your body. They take that, they put it back into your joint to allow for recovery and restoration to help relieve that pain of damaged tissue. And again, there's no drugs, no downtime, no surgery, just fast relief, giving you your life back. And that's what you deserve. This is a time where you should be active and in motion. You do not have to live with joint pain and nagging chronic issues. So if you're looking for that and you need to get your free consultation today from QC Kinetics, who's the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, you need to call them today at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
800-990-3776. Now that we're back in action, phones and internet, we want to hear from you. 800-990-3776. Would you rather see the Packers get a win or just see Jordan Love progress no matter what the result? That's next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light.
I'm not going to I like to keep it off of the nipple thing because I have hard nipples all the time. It doesn't matter if it's hot or cold. I'm popping. I'm probably popping out of this Wade Miley jersey for all I know.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We do have some hefty backups along eastbound 94 from the Zoo interchange through the Stadium interchange. Right now, from the Zoo to downtown, it'll take you 21 minutes, so give yourself that extra time. Southbound on 43, solid from Good Hope Road all the way down past Locust. The northbound side's heavy from North Avenue up past Keefe. We've also got northbound 4394 slowing down right around the Plainfield curve all the way up past Lincoln Avenue. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny and beautiful, a high of 60. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 45. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Football guy.
My biggest criticism of what they did from a roster building perspective is that they gave him no one of experience to throw to. No one.
Football guy.
Yeah, I just think that this team is better than what they put out there on Monday. I am not buying all this. I get they're young.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light. Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. And available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, this is Gary Ellison for my good friends at the Jewelry Center. It's the only place I go when I'm looking to get some new jewelry. Dean and his team are always friendly and know just what I'm searching for when I stop by. I may not always know what type of jewelry I want, but the professionals there sure do. Plus, if I need repairs on watches or other jewelry, the Jewelry Center does that too. Find the Jewelry Center in Burlington, Brookfield, and Greenfield, or shop their entire collection online, including their popular Lightbox lab-grown diamonds at shoptjc.com.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 46 to 48 ounce selected varieties Blue Bunny ice cream, 2 for $8. 10.5 to 16 ounce selected varieties Kohl's garlic toaster bread, 2 for $6. 7 to 15 ounce selected varieties Rana pasta or sauce, 2 for $7. 2 liter bottles selected varieties Super Chill soda, 4 for $5.
Let's see, spices, cardamom, hibiscus powder. It's like looking at Green Bay's roster right now. I don't recognize it, but I'll learn to love it.
Attention Century shoppers. You're going to love this opportunity. Win 2 tickets to see Green Bay play Kansas City on December 3rd, autographed Packers footballs, or 4 packs of Hall of Fame tickets.
I'd love to see Green Bay's new QB in action and win those tickets. What do I do?
Find the weekly code on Century's Facebook or Instagram and enter to win.
Love it. Getting the Century code on Insta right now.
Ends November 14th.
Sharp Literacy's A Novel event is coming. Join Sharp Literacy and special guest A.J. Dillon on Monday, November 6th at the Eagles Ballroom for a night of conversation, an auction, awards, and a variety of food stations. The Green Bay running back is also the author of Quadzilla Finds His Footing, an uplifting children's book about perseverance. Funds raised at a novel event will support Sharp's STEAM-based education programs in the state. For tickets and information, visit sharpliteracy.org. A novel event, Monday, November 6th at the Eagles Ballroom.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life.
What matters to you coming this Sunday?
Sacrifice, hustle paid
Number one, I'm just excited that we have some football. We have Green Bay Packers football all the way to Week 18. Bye week done. Whether you believed it was good time or bad time, we're rocking and rolling. We're going to see what the youthful offense is made of. We're going to see what Matt LaFleur is made of, especially this Sunday against a Broncos defense, which overall over 6 games has been atrocious. Can he cook something up? What's more important to you? Seeing Jordan Love play more like those first 3 games, or just the Green Bay Packers finding a way to win? Again, I think hands down it is the main question that I want to have answered, and I'm sure the Green Bay Packers in the front office do, is finding out if Jordan Love is the guy. And in order to do that, you got to just see him. You got to. And we need sample size, and we need more, despite whatever weapons are around him, despite the injury to Dave Bakhtiari. You can only work with what you got. And that's the position they are in, but they gave themselves some time by signing him to that contract, getting him some money on the front end this year. I actually think it'd be fun if we revisit his incentives halfway through the season, because his pay for next year, a lot of it is based off of passer rating and touchdowns passing thrown and making the playoffs. Like, I want to see how much how he's working towards those incentives. But as it stands for Sunday, what is most important to you? 800-990-3776. Seeing this team win or watching Jordan Love play well, despite if they win or lose?
I mean, when we were talking about sort of the meta narrative of how you build a team, the Packers have a very challenging position now where they have a short time window to make a very big decision. Whenever you're in life having to make a big decision on a small time frame with not a lot of information, that's a recipe for bad choices. The Packers need to look at Jordan Love and figure out, with a small sample size, most of these guys get like 3 full years of being able to see him go through up and downs. We've seen Jordan Love's ups and downs. We need to see more ups if they're going to be able to confidently extend him at the quarterback rate that other guys are getting. I mean, Daniel Jones at $40 million over 4 years for $160. That's a lot of money for someone that isn't playing at a top 10 rate. So for a guy that needs to go out there and put together a good stretch of games, that's probably 6 or 7 weeks of at least solid quarterback play, it has to start on Sunday against the Broncos to redevelop confidence and rhythm. So for me, it is the quarterback primarily for this game with Jordan Love, and to be able to know and be able to answer that question, is he the guy? And it starts on Sunday to be able to readdress that question, because now there's plenty of uncertainty given what he's given us most recently.
Listen, we got to find out if Jordan Love is that guy for the future. We all know that. We understand that. But my goodness, one game ain't going to decide it. I'm not going to go into Sunday and sit there and say, well, Jordan Love played well, but my team lost. No. On Sunday, when I watch the Green Bay Packers play, the only thing I want to see is I want to see victories. I knew going into the season that there were not going to be a whole bunch of wins, a whole bunch of highs during this year, but I can go into every game hoping and wishing that my team comes away with the victory. So that is what I go into Sunday looking for. Not to see Jordan Love go out there and look great, but our team lose by 20. No! I watch on Sundays to see my team win.
See, that's really interesting because I would say if I asked you after the first 3 weeks heading into the Lions game, you would say, I just want to see Jordan Love. And I think that's fair because I think a lot of Packer fans feel this way, right? Like they probably had the same expectations as a lot of people did. And he undoubtedly, the first 2-3 games, exceeded all expectations. And so now here's why it's important. And it's not just about this game. It's about the progression of games. We saw great, then we saw good, and then a bad fourth quarter, and then we saw really great for 3 quarters and a bad fourth quarter. Like again, we've seen these ups and downs, but there was enough ups where you got really excited about Jordan Love, where now it's turned to, all right, bad performance against the Lions, especially the first half, 3 interceptions against the Raiders. It's the opponent and how it's progressing, right? 3 good, and if he goes 3 bad, we've all expected ups and downs, but it's the downs that would be 3 picks against the Raiders, and again, we have to see what happens. The goal would be that he plays well off a bye with Matt LaFleur getting Aaron Jones back, and then I wouldn't blame you if next time I ask this question, you'd be like, I just care about Jordan Love.
Yeah, I mean, we're 2-1. The last time we talked about it, 2-1. It's different. You know what I'm saying? We had a different Jordan Love. We have lost games, and they haven't been pretty. We got destroyed by the Lions, and then we lost a disappointing game in Las Vegas. So now we got to get back on the winning road of things, and that's what I need us to do.
Well, and that's why this week is so interesting, too, because who you lose to matters. When you play the Lions and they smash you, but they're a top 5 football team so far, it's like, okay, yeah, I get it. We're an inexperienced team. Jordan Love hasn't seen anything like that. You're willing to give him some breaks. That's why the Raiders game was so painful, though. It's like nobody looked like they knew what was going on, except for a little bit on the defense. Offensively, scattered, dysfunctional.
Wrong
routes and making bad decisions. It's like, wait a minute, this is the Raiders. We should be able to at least look competent. It's the same thing against the Broncos, where if the Packers don't look like they can at least put some things together off a bye, more healthy, and be able to put a game plan together, and these guys look more fresh and crisp, starts to make some bigger questions you got to answer then.
800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-ESPN is the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. You can also find us on Twitter at KBN ESPN, and that's where we have our initial polls of the day, which I will be getting to right now because we took a little coaching lesson earlier today, and it was fun. I got to sit down with Kyle, Brad, our guy Chris Larson running the show back there, and our program director Brian D. And we all had different personalities, and the different personalities that we had matched with different celebrities and historical figures. Who on your list was the cool historical figure? Who had Michael Jordan?
That was Brian D.
That's lame.
We had J-Lo.
Yeah, so Kyle and I came with the same personality traits, or silo, however you want to call it. We had Jennifer Lopez. We had Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman was on that.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. I forget who our first 2 were.
It was somebody who I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So, I think Joe Biden was the first one.
Joe Biden, yeah.
That's an interesting one.
We had an interesting list.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey. Yeah, what a range. What a range.
What's more range, that or me being compared to Vince Lombardi, George Washington, Michelle Obama, or Judge Judy? Because that's where our first poll was. In our show coaching today, I was compared to those 4 historical figures. Which is most accurate? Undoubtedly on the talk and text line and the Twitter poll, Judge Judy is almost around 80%. And again, I still am trying to figure out if that's a compliment or not. Chris, you put together a compilation of these personalities, and it's just beautifully done.
Our motto is, when they go low, we go high.
Yeah, that's not me.
Here comes a general, pride of Mount Vernon. Here comes a general, George Washington. We are outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned.
Judge Judge Judy.
Oh, please. That's baloney. You look ridiculous. Got it? You ready?
I'm ready.
You think he's ready?
He's not ready.
You know who I am, right?
When they go low, we go high. That describes me, right?
Oh, yeah. Over and over.
Yes, definitely not Michelle Obama. Definitely not George Washington, because I know nothing about him other than he's the first president and survived some independence wars
and
for
he had
us.
wooden teeth.
I don't have wooden teeth. Chris, you're on your way to wooden teeth, but thank God you got your gum graft. And so that leaves me Vince Lombardi or Judge Judy. And I think
it's a toss-up.
Everyone has said Vince Lombardi.
No, okay. Now you're a liar too, huh?
No, I mean, trust me. I realize that I'm closer to Judge Judy than any of these.
Judge Judy.
Do you feel good about that? Does it make you feel good? I mean, she's very famous, very popular. She has a well-known personality and a persona. Like, not that bad, right?
Look, let's be honest. It would be fun to just sit there and berate people that do stupid stuff, and that you get these horrible stories on
Especially
TV.
the cases that she gets.
Exactly.
I mean, she could just lay into people.
Exactly. We got KBN Nation that we can lay into if they do something good or bad.
I'll say this too. Our guy Chris Larson, he had some really good ones too. He had Queen Elizabeth, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett,
George H.W. Bush.
Are you going to make us all that money, Chris?
Make me some money, hopefully.
Jeez, I thought we were a team here.
Hey, I'm the inspector, all right?
Look, he said he's going to inspect his way up out of here when he get that money.
This is what I want to go to next because everyone couldn't stop their reactions to Mr. Unlimited Russell Wilson. Who has a more insufferable personality, Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson? With Russell Wilson throwing 33 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, I loved watching that when I was a Wisconsin Badger, but I can't stand him now. And a lot of people can't, but we got 2 Russell Wilson stands right here. We want your takes on Russell Wilson because he's corny. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, presented by Bud Light.
Any of this, what did you say, entitled, and any of this other stuff?
You remind me of the David Bakhtiari of ESPN Wisconsin.
You're a jack blank. That's the best way I can put it. And I do have to give Kyle and Norty credit because I heard it, and they both knew that you were being an idiot.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We do have some hefty backups along eastbound 94 from the Zoo interchange through the Stadium interchange. Right now, from the Zoo to downtown, it'll take you 21 minutes, so give yourself that extra time. Southbound on 43, solid from Good Hope Road all the way down past Locust. The northbound side's heavy from North Avenue up past Keeve. We've also got northbound 4394 slowing down right around the Plainfield curve all the way up past Lincoln Avenue. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny and beautiful, a high of 60. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 45. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Wisconsin, a good old-fashioned is an important way of life. And that's where my friends at Perky's Old Fashioned come in. Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel here to tell you about the easiest way to put together an old-fashioned. Perky's offers both brandy and bourbon old-fashioned mixes. And get this, the booze is already in there. Just add the soda of your choosing and you'll have Grandma Perky's old-fashioned in the palm of your hand. Perky's is locally made and great for get-togethers of all kinds. Get perked up and head to perkysspirits.com for your nearest Perky's location.
This is Monica from Kessler's Diamonds. Did you know that Sweetest Day is fast approaching?
And it's celebrated on Saturday, October 21st.
I'm telling you this because I think some of you may have forgotten what Sweetest Day is all about and might need a little reminder.
The first Sweetest Day was celebrated in October during the early 1920s by a group of confectioners who distributed over 20,000 boxes of chocolates to orphans, the elderly, and the poor.
Sweetest Day is celebrated primarily right here in Wisconsin and Michigan.
Sweetest Day is a day for showing affection with gifts, candy, or acts of kindness to those you care about and those who could use a little support.
I'm sure there's someone in everyone's life that could use little affection, kindness, or support.
Stop into Kessler's and pick up some chocolates as our gift of kindness to you.
And while you're here, shop for a gift for someone special in your life and spread the kindness.
Kessler's has plenty of gifts starting at just $75 to help you celebrate Sweetest Day.
Happy Sweetest Day from everyone at Kessler's.
Shop online or find the Kessler's nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
All right, Team Pella, listen up.
Thanks, John Kuhn. Customers love our products with limited lifetime warranties. Check out these big plays. Incredible innovations like blinds and shades between the glass.
No interference on that play, Coach.
And stylish windows with hidden screens that make game days a breeze.
Can it get any better?
It can. With monthly payments as low as $19 per window, $75 per patio door, and a free quote at PellaWI.com.
Let's go.
6.99 APR for 120 months. Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details. Offers on 10/31/2023.
Don't put your life on hold to earn a degree. Lakeland University has a long history of making students' dreams come true. Since 1862, build a schedule that meets your needs with options for 7 and 12-week courses, evening classes, and the ability to join classes remotely. Lakeland University is Wisconsin's leader in evening and online education. They have a main campus in Sheboygan County and 6 centers throughout the whole state. Lakeland University, affordable, quality, flexible. Find out your next steps at info.lakeland.edu.
The all-new Potawatomi Casino Hotel has something you gotta see. Play more slots and games, and you could say, "Show me the money," to reveal up to 10 grand each Thursday. 800,000 in prizes is up for grabs. 40 winners each week. This October and November at Potawatomi, Milwaukee, when you're ready to win, just say, "Show me the money." More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I can tell you what Forward to Healthy Lifestyles has done for me, and it's helped me transform where I want to go with my health. You've heard about testosterone and how much it matters, and it is about, helping you build that tone, perform in the bedroom, but it does more than just that. Big T helps with energy, concentration, mood, weight management, and even heart health. And here's the best part about Forward Healthy Lifestyles in Germantown is when you get the free confidential consultation, you can figure out what you want to look at. And for me, it was starting with the blood panel to see where all of my levels were, and then creating a plan for me to get better, pairing that with my fitness journey. This is a health journey. So it's all tying together. ForwardHealthyLifestyles.com. Vitamin B12 injection. Boom! Check out the testosterone. It's good, but it can be great. You can check out what they can do for you. ForwardHealthyLifestyles.com. Book your free and confidential consultation. It is Kyle, Brust, and Norman, 94.5 ESPN, 1430 ESPN, Beaver Dam. And Brad, you took notice to a couple of cool jerseys that will be on display. And I'm with you here. I think I know where you're going to go. I wish the Packers had just a little bit more swag.
Yeah, this year, the alternate jerseys have really changed course, particularly since I played, but over the last couple of years for sure. Right now, it used to be that a team couldn't change their helmet, right? So for the Packers, think about that yellow helmet. You couldn't do anything and change it out to a green helmet or anything like that. It had to be the same helmet all year. You could remove decals, put other ones on, but now you can do new helmets, and that totally unleashes a world of alternate and throwback jerseys that teams are taking advantage of. Like, I'm sure people have seen the Tampa Bay creamsicle jerseys. How fun is that to see? This weekend on Sunday, the Eagles are bringing back the Kelly Green jerseys from like the 80s and earlier, and Seattle's bringing back theirs. Cincinnati's doing that really cool like white Bengal tiger type thing with their helmets and their jerseys.
Those.
So cool. So teams are really becoming, whether it be able to do their throwback jerseys, which, like, I'll admit, the Packers have iconic uniforms and an iconic brand, so they don't really have like a good throwback to go to. I don't love their navy and like brown jersey combination that they have. I don't think those are a good throwback. But there's plenty of other teams that have implemented iconic brands that have implemented an alternate jersey. If you think about the Cowboys with their white helmet with the star, and they put the star on the shield. Even the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? They have one that's a little subtle, but they do the blackout with the yellow numbers. That's a really cool one. The 49ers have their throwback to where like the numbers are sort of like casting a shadow kind of thing.
Do you have a proposition of what the Packers could do? Because you got to come up with an idea that's going to make a lot of people happy, because the G is very protective.
The G is very protective. And I've got a couple of options. One I feel like I think is a really good option. I feel like this is an easy one, but it's a blackout, right? Like, could you pick a night game where you do black helmet with the G, black jersey, black pants? I think that would look really cool. You do some
good luck.
You do some green and yellow and a little bit of white that's kind of trimming out through that. I think that would be really cool. I also think a green helmet would be really cool. You sort of invert some of what the yellow is right now. It's just a lot of. I love the Packers uniforms and helmets. Don't get me wrong; it's iconic. But I think that it wouldn't harm the brand. It would help the brand of taking some opportunities to modernize it a little bit. And would you guys be offended if the Packers came out and said we're going to change the uniforms 1, maybe 2 times a game? We're going to do this. Even an away game, you can do things on away games with like different colored pants and helmets. I think it would be so cool to find some range in their uniforms.
Yeah, my biggest beef with being like a Wisconsin sports fan is the fact that all the Wisconsin sports teams, up until like recently, for the Bucks changed and the Brewers kind of flipped the logo back to an old school logo, is that they're always pretty standard, right? There's nothing that's super unique. The Brewers really went out there with having the Brew Crew type jersey or the home jersey, whatever, that
City
powder
Connect.
blue. The what?
The City Connect jerseys.
Yeah, something unique. And what did the Bucks do? The Bucks decided when they did that whole rebrand with the logo, they decided that they were going to win not only on the court, but also off the court with jersey sales, with having a unique jersey. The cream jersey, the all black with the deer on it. Everybody loves the throwback Bucks jersey, that purple jersey,
the purple jersey, yes, where TJ Ford was wearing them with his the shorts down to his ankles.
The purple. I'm talking about the purple and green one with the deer on it. Have you seen that one? Look up the old school purple, the purple and green throwback Bucks jersey with the deer on it. Big dog Glenn Robinson used to wear that jersey. Those were the type of jerseys that we loved, and so I feel like I know, right? Clean, right? And so the Badgers and the Packers have always frustrated me with the tradition. It's always about tradition, and sometimes tradition can be boring. You can sometimes think outside the box, be creative, and generate some buzz. So why not forget all yellow? All yellow might not look good, but all green with some yellow trimmings, or the number being yellow. I'm not an artist, but you can do something to make it be green top, green pants.
So they do have the throwback green jerseys,
but suck.
I know they're very bland.
I'm talking about 21st century.
So here's what I would propose. I would propose all white, like a
whiteout. Yeah.
All white, because then you can still keep the logo standing out. The G can stand out like strong, but you can put the green and yellow trim around the number, like yellow numbers, green numbers. Like there's something they can do. I mean, you're showing me.
I'm trying to show you the Cleveland Browns whiteout when they had the brown numbers with the orange trim on it. Yeah.
Yes, I think imagine how cool like Christian Watson would look and Aaron Jones would look like. It's like Rasul Douglas and Jair Alexander, Quay Walker, Rashawn Gary coming off the edge in a whiteout jersey.
Okay, I just thought of one. Is that the Lions? Or no, that's the Vikings? There's a glare on the computer.
Showing them the Colts one with the black
Colts
helmet.
With the black. That one's cool.
But it has a black helmet, but that uniqueness.
Okay,
it makes something different.
I just did a quick Google search of Packers alternate helmet. One came up that I think might have some legs. I'm showing the guys right now a camo G helmet. Think about that for opening hunting season. How perfect would that be?
That is nothing more. There's nothing more Wisconsin than that.
But that's so cool.
They should have that bright orange jersey.
Bright orange deer hunting.
It's a nod to all the deer hunters out there and the fabric of the state of Wisconsin. Now that one might be received well.
What do they call it? The color rush? This would be the hunting rush jersey?
Everything's
the hunting
camo.
rush edition? Goodness gracious.
The whole jersey's camo.
Josh in Lake Geneva's, I've wanted all yellow with darker yellow circles, aka the cheese unis, for years. See, that's where you can win as well. So that's what the Milwaukee Brewers did. They with their City Connects, they leaned into the tailgate atmosphere, and that's what went crazy. The hat sale, they turned the grill on the sleeve, they put it into a hat, and people loved it. And what do people love in Green Bay and the state of Wisconsin?
Cheese.
Yeah. Whether you're lactose intolerant or not, you have to learn to like cheese. And so I still think white is the way to go. But if you can get some subtle cheese references somehow tied together, I think all white would be sweet.
So
for
are
the Packers.
was that saying that you should have like a yellow helmet with like the cheese, like the Swiss cheese,
Don't
like
put
gradient to it?
Don't
You
put
know, like
Swiss
your
cheese because the
cheese
defense
Don't-
have been doing a little too much of that in the run game.
Don't put cheese on a helmet, but I'm not sure.
But like they're all wearing cheese heads out there then on their helmet, right?
That's going too far. I want swag, not Swiss.
lame.
800-990-3776. I think I'm curious. Former Packer Brian Balaga is going to join us next, and I think he'll have some insight because, again, as someone who played for the team, he's probably going to be like Kyle. I don't care about swag. I care about tradition. But at the same time, as someone who's out there, you kind of want to mix things up and have different jerseys. That was the one thing is we had the same jerseys when I played basketball at Wisconsin. We had like one alternate. And then nowadays you get to keep the jerseys after you're done. I only have like 4 jerseys and everyone else got like 10 now because they have so many different alternates.
And them dope black jerseys, those are super dope.
Those are cool.
So before we get to Brian Balaga, I got to tell you about Cedar Ridge Whiskey and their original 86 bourbon, the best-selling bourbon in Iowa, making a home here in Wisconsin. It's aged in non-climate control rick houses, and why that's important is because the Midwest weather exposes them to temperature swings. We're already seeing those temperature swings of over 100 degrees each year, resulting in a unique flavor profile. So each bottle of Cedar Ridge is going to offer that best, authentic Midwest craftsmanship. Make sure you get your tickets for the Wisconsin Whiskey Fest at the Hilton City Center for next Friday. It's going to be a great time. I'll be there supporting Cedar Ridge. And also, you can try a bunch of other brands as well, but make sure you stop by the Cedar Ridge area. Again, cedarridgedistillery.com, making a home here in Wisconsin. A guy who made a home here a little bit in Wisconsin was Brian Balaga. We'll talk to him next before the Homer Hour.
It's spooky season at the Corners. No tricks, just treats. This Sunday at the Corners of Brookfield. Come and cheer on the green and gold as they take on Denver for a 3:35 kickoff and enjoy the live carving of multiple 400-pound pumpkins. Yes, 400-pound pumpkins. Plus, decorate your own complimentary pumpkins from Schuett Farms. Come to the Corners this Sunday for football, pumpkin carving, plus games and giveaways from ESPN Milwaukee's Street Team.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Greg Scalzo for Smart Spaces. How can Smart Spaces transform your business?
Really looking at the entire space holistically. The environment, the walls, ceilings, lighting, flooring, furniture, technology, along with acoustics.
To conceptualize how the end users are going to interact with the room, from the furniture all the way down to the AV, having that work seamlessly within the environment and often hiding within the furniture.
Let Smart Spaces transform your business today. Visit smartspaceswi.com.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Ashton Rotman with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
A huge congratulations to this week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, which is actually the entire Divine Savior Holy Angels girls golf squad. DSHA came from behind last weekend to take home the WIAA State Girls Golf Tournament Division I Championship. In fact, in a post-tournament comment, Dasher senior golfer Kate Kruger credited Irish Challenge coins as somewhat of a lucky charm in their victory. Not to be lost, however, Kruger did perform extremely well down the stretch at University Ridge. She went birdie, par, birdie to make sure they held on for the title. Congratulations to the entire Divine Savior Holy Angels girls golf squad on their state title, and good luck next season.
The future of joint pain relief is right here in Milwaukee. It's QC Kinetics.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
All right. Shout out Kyle Wallace. Thank goodness he produces Sunday Karma across ESPN Wisconsin from 10 to noon. I heard he's a very bad producer, according to my sources, but I might have to give him a nice bump now because I don't know what the heck happened. We were dead air, and he came sprinting.
Yeah, I mean, that was a hero-like move right there. He hopped out of his desk, ran over there, got it rolling.
Who would be your dog of the game if you had to guess? Who's going to be the dog on Sunday?
Give me a surprise in Christian Watson.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Greg Scalzo for Smart Spaces.
What's up, Greg? Former co-host. I'm going to tell you about the dog of the game, brought to you by Sit Mean Sit, which you can hear on Green Bay Game Night with Homer, Gabe, and Tausch. If your dogs always listen to you and ask yourself why don't they listen to me? Look no further than Sit Mean Sit. You can have a happy, confident, and obedient dog. Contact Sit Mean Sit at the Milwaukee or Waukesha locations to schedule a free consultation. I like that prediction, Brad. A little bounce back.
Yeah.
Go to sitmeansit.com, check out the Milwaukee and Waukesha pages, and stay tuned for a little Green Bay props and preview tomorrow, presented by Sit Mean Sit. Kyle, you sweating?
Well, I mean, I just try to spring into action. I'm not sweating at all.
I mean, you saved us.
I mean, I didn't.
Superhero.
I didn't.
Take some credit.
I mean, I didn't really. It wasn't saving the world here. I mean, it's
our world.
Well, we got Brian Balaga. Do we have Brian?
We have Brian, yes. I thought I had plenty of time to run to the bathroom. We had plenty of spots left in the break. All of a sudden, it's like...
And Chris is a well-oiled machine, let me tell you that much.
That's how it happens. As a producer, that is the worst part. Is like literally when you get up to leave, something bad happens.
Never go to the bathroom again during the show. Sound good?
Not, yeah. Pete, get a bottle like Ben does.
Yes, I used to pee in Gatorade bottles. That will do. If you have to do number 2, then I'll let you leave. 800-990-3776. But you can hear us now talking with former Packers right tackle Brian Balaga. Brian, what's going on?
Guys, how's it going?
It's going fantastic. We just finished up a conversation, or we're starting a conversation because I want your opinion. Do you think the Packers should do something a little bit more fun with an alternate jersey?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think they should. I know personally as an offensive lineman, I absolutely hated the all whites. It was never flattering for us big guys up front. So I think a different color would look pretty good. Also, the pants never fit properly. They always felt like they were sagging down our butts when we got in our stance. So, the white pants, they're sagging down on our butts. Already, we're stuffed into an all-white uniform. We look bad. So,
muddy butts.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a bad look.
I might have to retract my all-white idea then for the sake of the offensive line.
Yeah, it just was never a good look. And I think we played a game against Chicago, or maybe it was Minnesota, where we wore those all-whites, and it was a rainy game. And we just looked disgusting. Like everyone else looked great, looked fit, looked good in their unis. And here we were, 300-pound slobs in all white, soaking wet. And it's like, this is just a bad look. It's just a bad look. So I would be down for some type of different color green or a yellow or something different, right? Just something different, a one-off. And look good out there. That's so I'm all for it.
I mean, Brian, you played for a lot of teams that had plain Jane uniforms with Iowa and then Green Bay. So when you went to the Chargers, I mean, was that like, boy, oh boy, look at all these combinations I could wear?
Yeah, for sure. When they presented the uniforms to us, I was like, we have this many jerseys. Like it actually kind of was odd because you never really broke in a jersey. Like there's something to be said about wearing the same jersey. And you break it in, and it goes around your pads, and it stretches out a certain way, and it becomes more comfortable as you go on. With the Chargers, because we had so many, and we changed uniforms every single game, it felt like the jerseys just felt stiff and rigid and whatnot. So
wait. So I think to the average consumer of the NFL, or any average person that looks at professionals, they're thinking, all right, they can wear new shoes every game, or at least from a jersey standpoint, you get a new jersey every game. So could people do that, or would you just choose to reuse the same jersey to get more comfortable?
Yeah, I would wear the same jersey as long as I could. I'd ride the same jersey as long as I could until it became completely ripped or a patch that couldn't be sewn back together. I like to stay with the same jersey as long as possible. And then obviously once it got ruined, we could snag it from the equipment manager and take it. But I always like to have a good one jersey rotation, especially in Green Bay with green and white. Stick with the same one. And get it broken in so that I never had to break in a new stiff jersey. I mean, honestly, again, and this may not be a problem for all the other guys because they weren't 300 plus pounds stuffing into like a medium jersey. So maybe not for everyone. It wasn't a big deal. But when you're
the jerseys
that heavy,
fit you better now.
Yeah, we'll say they definitely fit me better now. But listen, when you're 300 pounds, stuffing into a brand new stiff jersey, it's not comfortable. You get chafing under the armpits. Your guts hanging over your belt. It's really tight around your stomach. It's just, you look into the mirror and you're like, man, do I look bad? Like, it's just one of those things.
That sounds like my nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, it's 300-pound people problem. We'll just put it that way. I mean, that was just the issue with us.
Brian, I threw out the ideas of alternate jerseys that included all black, that included a black helmet, and then possibly...
That wouldn't fly here.
No, that'd be a big ask. Also, though, at the first weekend of hunting season, to do a camo look. Do you think either of those has legs, or do you think those are that's a little bit too far for the traditional Green Bay look?
I mean, I would say for the purists, they would probably say that's too much, but I think the camo with the orange would be something kind of cool to explore, right?
Man, I'm getting into it the more I think about it. Yeah. Orange helmets with the camo jerseys.
Because that's the thing, right? Yeah. When fans wear a lot of that hunting stuff a couple weeks of the year, right?
100%. Yeah, there's tons of fans that wear the Packer camo hunting color jerseys. Like, they're all over the place, especially this time of year. And then they got the orange Green Bay beanies, you know what I mean? They're all over the place. So I think it'd be something cool to explore. It kind of relates to the heart of Wisconsin and kind of the passion that people have besides just the Packers, right? Hunting's a big passion through the entire state. So I think that'd be something cool to look into. Now, to get the purist and the management to even consider that would be a task. Believe me, it would.
A new president in 2025. We'll see what they're if they're a little more.
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I don't know either. I think the board is still the board.
Correct. I think this is still the same people on the board, but I think it'd be something cool to explore. I think Nike or whoever is making the jerseys could come up with something pretty cool to retrofit the guys in.
Talking with former Packer right tackle Brian Balaga here on Kyle Brust and Nortman on 94.5 ESPN, presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. A lot of our conversation was around, what you're most looking to see on Sunday. And obviously, it's the Broncos, and you're trying not to do too much of a look ahead, because if you did that with the Raiders, you'd be like, well, they lost that one. But they have given up 200 points. That's over 30 points a game, even with giving up 18 against the Chiefs and 70 against the Dolphins. That is a part of that 30-plus a game. Would you rather see them just find a way to win despite how Jordan Love plays, or just see Jordan Love improve?
I would like to see, obviously, a win, right? So, let's start there. I want to see a win. I think everyone wants to see a win. And so it kind of, you kind of favor that, win no matter what mentality. But with that, right, there's also a part of me that just wants to see Jordan Love find a rhythm and be comfortable and play well, right? Because that could serve them, not maybe this year for the long, but more long-term looking at it, right? Getting this guy in a groove, getting him in a rhythm, getting his confidence back up from where it was after week one. That would be something that, as a fan, as someone who really does watch the game and pay attention to the details of it, that's what I'd like to see, because he hasn't looked comfortable. He's looked rattled, and the numbers show it as well. So I'm hoping just for a bounce back game for him, a solid performance, a comfortable performance, and obviously it's the NFL. Anyone can beat anyone. So who's going to win? I'm hoping it's Green Bay. It could be anybody, but I'm really just looking to see the offense get back on track.
What about jersey swapping? Did you ever do that as an offensive lineman? You get any cool jerseys?
No, I would normally contact guys in the offseason because I didn't want to give away my jersey.
Who's the coolest jersey you got?
Not that I have it now, but I have Bosa, Herbert, those guys that, I played with or played against. I have Julius's. So I got some pretty cool ones. I got some cool jerseys.
What are you feeling for Sunday? You feeling good? Be honest. Do you think they're going to get it done? Because Homer's going to make you say they're going to get it done.
Well, Homer and I have a lot more to discuss than just the game. But, yes, I do believe that they get it done. I'm not going to predict the score because I've been so off lately. So I'm going to say they win, and I'll leave my prediction until Sunday when I got to actually give it.
Well, there it is. They have a lot to discuss per Brian. Next, the Homer Hour, Brian Balaga.
We do have some hefty backups along eastbound 94 from the Zoo interchange through the Stadium interchange. Right now, from the Zoo to downtown, it'll take